good to go now. We are all live. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. Bharti Ganu, on behalf of Indian Women Scientists Association Nagpur branch, hereby welcome you all to the webinar on the Popular Science Lecture Series. Today's Popular Science Lecture Series is organized by Indian Women Scientists Association Nagpur branch, supported by BRNS DAE, Board of Research in Nuclear Science, in association with Nicholas Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. The objective of the BRNS lecture series is to understand the industry research organization and what academicians have to say or want to say. Today we have planned an informative session on banana, the Kalpvraksh, creating wealth from waste. For this, we have with us our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Mragank Nema, who will be sharing his expertise and knowledge with us. Welcome, sir. At the outset, I invite Dr. Seema Somalwar, convener IVSA Nagpur branch, for her introductory remark.
Thank you, Dr. Ganu. Our guest speaker today, Mr. Mragank Nema. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Anuradha Gadkari, our founder member. Dr. Prachi Lakhe, our secretary. Dr. Rita Islami, our co-convener. All other executive members. And all the audience and IPSA members who are present here. A very good afternoon to all. It is indeed a great pleasure, sir, to welcome you on this platform because this is so prestigious for us. Indian Women Scientists Association has its headquarters in Mumbai and 11 branches all over India. Nagpur is one of the prominent branches and we have about 175 members who are working for this organization. So abbreviated as IVSA, we have been conducting several programs in different schools and colleges for last 4 decades in Nagpur. Since 2011, Popular Science Lecture Series supported by Board of Research in Nuclear Sciences, BRNS, Department of Atomic Energy, has been conducting seminars or talks like this in different colleges for students of graduation and post-graduation. This program initially was restricted to Mumbai, now has been extended to all branches of IVSA across India since 2018. Now, this program is intended to motivate and inspire students about cutting edge in sciences and expose them to excellent work being done in India and achievements of Indian scientists. The scope of lectures since last year or so 21 has been further extended to school students and society at large. Initially it was only for college students, so now the scope is large. The whole idea is to reach out to masses to let them understand the newer things happening in the world. And our basic aim here is to inculcate a science-based lifestyle or scientific thinking amongst and take science to everybody. So it's quite an exciting mission for us. And I welcome you, Mr. Mragank Nema, to be a part of this mission. Welcome you all. Without taking too much of time, I would rather like to end my introduction here and let us move on to the next part of the program. Thank you, Dr. Ganu.
Thank you, madam. It's my privilege to welcome our chief guest for today's BRNS lecture series, Mr. Mragank Nema. Sir has graduated from Sri Govindram Sekar. He has graduated from SGSITS Indore as a mechanical engineer in 1991. Presently, he is head engineering and project at Gencrest Bioproduct Private Limited, Jalgaon. He started his professional career at United Group of Industries in R&D and indigenization projects. He then worked as a manager, engineer, and product at project at Bhaskar Industries Limited, Bhopal. Then, as a deputy general manager at Industries, Tarapur. Then, as an assistant vice president at Morarji Textile, Nagpur, and headed the VHM Industries Limited at Amravati. Other than the prestigious positions that he held at various industries in his professional career, he is also known for his work in different fields, such as a B certified engineer, energy auditor, a domain expertise in process engineering and utility O&M. His valuable contribution as a team mentor, project head finds a special mention. Mr. Nema has many awards to his credit. Presently, he is working with Gencrest at the capacity of project head. He is managing banana fiber extraction and biofertilizer processing project. Today, he'll be sharing with us expertise and knowledge. I invite Mr. Nema for his talk.
Thank you, Dr. Ganu. Let me start with my presentation. So, basically, all of us are knowing about banana tree. Normally, when we talk about Kalpvraksh, so Kalpvraksh is basically the tree which gives value from each and every point of it. And when I joined this project and I have started working on that, it has literally came to my mind that this is what is the Kalpvraksh is. So I'll start it from there only, and I'll just present my my presentation on this banana, the Kalpvraksh.
Rita madam, can we have your mic off? Can you mute your mic? Yeah, thank you.
Just a moment. Just a moment. There's some glitch. Are you able? Hello, are you able to see my screen?
No, sir. No. No, sir. No. Now it is okay. We can see your screen. Yes, sir.
Your mic is off. Your mic is off.
Sir, Nema sir, your mic is off, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. You are audible. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I was talking about when it comes about banana tree, we think about banana chips, about banana fruit, about banana jam, or the leaf of banana. These are the things which we normally see as the output of banana tree. Banana, if you see in all over India, it is around 7 lakh hectares of the area, which is around 17 times the area of the Nagpur. And we don't know the use of other components which are going to come from banana plant. Normally, when we do banana tree plantation, out of that, after maximum 2 fruit bearings, it has to be chopped off and it has to be just thrown on the field. So normally it is being dumped on roadside gutters or it was burned. So this way ultimately we are increasing the greenhouse gases as well as other environmental issues. So there were many people has worked on this particular thing and tried to use the complete banana tree, and that's where we are working on. And if you see, when we talk about the banana tree, so in that it's banana leaf, then fruit, and then pseudostem, which is the main core, we call it, and the roots. So out of this, there are many things which we are using. That is the banana fruit and the leaf. But for banana pseudostem, there is nothing till now. Though people are working on that, and there are substantial research done on that, but it has not came on the fore. So if you see the pseudostem, it is having mainly the sheaths, which is the outer part of the uh, banana stem, and the inner part, which is known as core stem or inner core. The nutritional value of inner core is very high. I'll be going one by one. So these are the normally pseudo stems which after cutting comes after cleaning. So out of this, we are working mainly on fiber extraction and processing of that, which can be used to the level of non-woven fabric as well as for woven fabric. So one by one, I'll be going on to all other things. Like first of all, I'll be going on constituents of banana pseudo stem. So its constituents are, one is the fiber which is coming out of it. This is being done on particular special machine on which, if you see in this, these are the sheaths which is coming out. So from these sheaths, we can extract the fiber from these special machines. This is right now is a manual process, but yes, we are working on certain automated machine where we can increase the production. Then when this from the sheath, when we remove this fiber, then there will be two things which are coming out of it, because in any banana pseudo stem, it's 90% water and hardly, or I would rather say 96% is water and 4% is other things. So out of that, from banana sheath, these fibers are removed, and the waste which is coming out of that is the sculpture, and the liquid which is coming out of it is the sap, which we call it, and the central core of this complete pseudo stem is the central part which is having very high nutritional value. So while working on these particular things, the fibers, when we have just worked out on the products which can come out of all these, so from fibers, there are different components which can come. One is, of course, MCC and cellulosic powder. Then another is making yarn, and third is making paper. We are eyeing purely on yarn making for uh, normal shirting fabric or for other knitted fabric. Then this is other is sap through which you can enrich the manure by adding this because it is having very high potassium content, and it can be used as mordant also for textile dyeing because it is having very good mordant properties. The sculpture waste can be used for making vermicompost or papers and boards. And the central core is having very high nutritional value, so it is being used as edible products. So this is basically the thing. These are the things which can come out of this waste, which is banana pseudostem. Now moving further to this, this is the fiber which is coming out after extraction from the sheath. Then it is being garneted and processed and then finished. So this is the fiber which is coming out. This is almost cotton-like fiber which can be mixed with cotton or can be used as is for yarn making or even for your what you can say the non-woven fabric making. So if you see fiber in fiber project, normally preparation of yarn and yarn is done. This preparation is done by mixing this fiber with cotton or viscose or jute. After mixing with this, then yarn is being made. We are able to make the yarn. I mean, in fact, all researchers, I would say, not only us, as being able to make the yarn from 16th to 24th count. This is on certain special spinning machines by improving their mechanisms, and these are being used for making knitted fabric, rugs, denim and shirting. The challenges with this particular fiber is it is having low fineness. So if you compare with the cotton, it is having around almost double the thickness. So it is a good thing also and it is a challenge also. Good thing in the sense it is having very high strength and it is having very good shine, but fineness creates hurdles when we are talking about finer fabric. There is a bit of hairiness, neffs are a bit high, and due to elongation, if you see, this fiber is prone to breakage when doing spinning. So these are the yarn test results if you see. So there were many trials done at Gloucester Mills by one of the renowned organization, the ICAR. They have done this particular project. So on that, these are the status of yarn counts. Like they have done on 16th and 18th count mainly. So in this count, CV is a bit high. Strength is very good. CV of strength is a bit high. Then the fabric which has been made out of this, so in that it's almost all type of combinations are being tried. That is with polyester, with only banana fiber, with viscose and even with cotton. These are very much acceptable in the market, and the main advantage of banana fiber in fabric is that it is having very high water absorption capacity. So it is very, I mean, what should I say? It is very, very good when it is in high humid atmosphere or high heat atmosphere. So normally perspiration is the major issue when it comes to ease of wearing any fabric. So that is being taken care in this particular fiber or in this particular fabric. Other product which can be made out of this is non-woven fabric. The non-woven fabric is being made by needle punching the fiber and making a sheet. This non-woven fabric is having very high acceptance in the market because of its high moisture absorbance. This can be used in different applications. That could be one of them is upholstery, that is liners of upholstery. And this is also having very good use in sanitary pads and similar type of applications due to its high absorbency quotient. And third, out of the usage of fiber is this can be used for composites. I mean, when we talk about composites, it is with certain, in case of banana fiber, this has been done with many resins, and such type of components can be made with this fiber. This is if we talk about eco-friendliness, this is the most eco-friendly thing when we talk about other composites, which are basically, you can say, glass fiber, or we talk about carbon fiber. This is very low carbon intensive process. Then third is sap, through which we can create organic nutrients. The studies done by different organizations, particularly Agriculture University of Navsari, they have done a lot of research on this particular thing. This liquid fertilizer is being used at around 2% concentration with the crops, particularly in drip irrigations and even normal foliar spray also. And with this, the crop yield has increased up to 20%. And the cost reduction in terms of reduction of chemical fertilizer has came almost to the level of 20 to 25% in different crops. It is having very good results on green vegetables and fruit bearing crops. Then it comes to central core. So this is one of the product which comes out of it. This is the candy, which is being developed by different banana research organizations. With this, there are a number of things which can be made. One is, of course, this candy. Then other is jam. They are even making wine out of the central core. So this is the usage of typically central core. So in this, normally what they're doing, they're washing, blanching, and addition of sugar, citric acid, then making the complete, after drying, making the candy. In this, if you see, it is having very good vitamin B5 and B3 into that. And the main thing is the total dietary fiber is very high. So even with the central core, people are working on different products. So other than candy, nutrient powders can also be made, which are very good for diabetic patients to increase their intake of dietary fibers. This is it related to this my presentation on the Kalpvraksh, I would say banana. So on this, now I request all of you to, if you are having any question, then I'm ready to answer on to that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have questions for Mr. Nema?
Yes,
Students?
ma'am. I have one question.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to ask you, sir, the main issue with bananas is that if we consider the fruit,
Hmm.
it undergoes browning very frequently or very
Right.
easily. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how the this part is taken care when we make the products like which should be good looking and they should be uh, acceptable by the public.
See, on banana fruit, I'm sorry, I will not be able to give much answer because I am not a food technologist. But on stem, yes, like when we are talking about pseudo stem, on that I can give you certain inputs. Normally, in all the cases, this pseudo stem has to be used within 3 days of its cutting from the field. This is very essential, and that's why the plant or the project should be very near to the fields. This is very essential in case of all the things because it is having very high iron content, so blackening happens. I agree with you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, yeah, Shika.
why why banana crop or banana plant leaf scorched when temperature goes down to 10 degrees centigrade?
Pardon? Come again, please.
My question is why banana crop scorched when temperature goes down 10 degrees centigrade?
Yeah, I could get your question actually. I think you are asking why production goes down when the temperature is low.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I will not be able to answer on this thing again because on banana crop I am not having much idea actually
I have one
because
question.
we are actually not working on banana crops.
I have one
So
question. Can I ask? Can I ask?
yeah, please.
Now, see, in which state do we have the maximum production? I know Bhusawal. Bhusawal in Maharashtra has a lot of banana plantation. Do we have any
Yeah,
factories there? Or another state I know is Kerala. So, do we
yeah,
have many places where this
yeah.
process?
There's
Do we
yeah,
have?
man. Actually, there are major states if we talk about. One is Gujarat, which is having very high product banana production. Then Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and Kerala.
Kerala.
Kerala is more known, but actually, if you see Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and Gujarat are the major banana growing areas.
And Bhusawal, what is the position of Bhusawal? Because Bhusawal bananas are very famous in India, in Maharashtra rather.
Very true. Very true. In fact, Bhusawal and part of Madhya Pradesh. This is actually making the complete banana belt of this area, and this area is having very high potential for banana cultivation.
But then
But
are
if
there
you
many
see,
plants there? Are there many plants for making this? Understand banana silk. Silk
yeah,
silk sari is coming out from I have one coming out
yeah,
from this. So that silk also comes out from pseudostem, as I understand from your talk.
yeah, it
Then
is
do
coming
we have
from that only.
many places where we are producing this banana silk?
Yeah, actually, mainly in Tamil Nadu, you will find this thing. It is actually the work which we are doing. It is actually impacted by that only. So that's how our chairman, Mr. Purushottam Agarwal, has came into this because he is a very, I would say, farmer-centric person, and he has thought of using this waste, which will be ultimately helping the farmers. So that's how this thought has came. But if you see, removing this fiber is a cumbersome process, and the saris which you are talking about, that is purely a manual job because it is a longer fiber. So they are literally tying one fiber to other fiber and then making this sari. So this is very high labor intensive thing.
It cannot be woven on the machine like handloom?
It can be woven. Actually, it is done on handlooms only, ma'am. But what happens, the making the yarn is the biggest problem. So normally what is done is, it is monofilament of this fiber is being tied together, and then the complete yarn is being made. In case of saris, typically.
Hello.
I have one question. As I understand from
मॅडम तर झाल्यावर मी विचारते.
from pseudostem, the yarn which
Lande madam, your mic is on.
For the silk, for the saris, may not be very soft, like silk from the silkworms. So is there any process where you do the softening part or that shining?
Actually, this fiber is having very high shine, ma'am. So that's why it is known as banana silk. And this is a very natural fiber having very high sheen and very high strength. But
the softness part of it may be low.
Yeah, it is actually, that's what I was talking about, that it is having less elongation. So when you talk about elongation, so actually elongation increases the softness of the yarn. So if your yarn can be elongated, then it will be soft. So we are already having technologies through which we will be softening the yarn.
Yeah.
But the main concern here is why people are not going for this technology in this area is because of the high manpower requirement in manual operations. So for that particular purpose, we are already working on automation of the complete process, so that higher yield can be got from these pseudo stems, and that can be used directly by automated machines which are making the yarn. So it should not be a manual process.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, there is a question for you from Aditya Gajbie. So can I ask?
Sure.
He says, sir, it is a plant part, so it has some amount of microbes, and can it do some damage to skin?
Actually, when we talk about fiber, so it is not having microbes. In fact, this particular fiber is having very high microbial repellent qualities. In fact, it is just opposite. That's why it can retain such strong. This has to be understood, that in any fiber, if it is in the form of fiber, if you just anybody can try this particular thing. Just leave the pseudo stem for say 1 month. After that, also your microbial microbes will not be able to affect this fiber. This is the quality of this fiber. So in fact, it is having very high microbe resistance, and it is having that property that it can fight with the microbial consortium.
What about the smell, or does it, the pseudo stem, does it have some smell? Because usually banana, once it gets ripe or something, it has an offensive smell. So
that is, ma'am, that is just because of the sugar content which is coming into banana fruit. Actually, when you go on this pseudo stem, so it is having very low sugar content. So that's why your fermentation doesn't take high. So that's why smell is very low. In fact, there is no smell. If we go on fiber side, there is no smell. On when we talk about organic nutrient, yes, there is bit of smell, but it is not offensive smell.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Archana Lande, want to ask you one question. Uh,
Sorry.
you told us that banana fibers are used in making papers.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the shelf life of these paper? Uh, because in one paper, one research paper, I have read about the currency made out of banana fibers.
Exactly, exactly. I was about to say this. Japanese currency is made from banana paper only.
Yes, yes.
So it is having very high shelf life. I mean, I don't know exactly the years, but it is having very high shelf life.
So in that paper, they told us that it is having shelf life over 100 years.
Actually,
So that is why I want to ask you this question.
yeah, actually, if you see this particular fiber is having the best part of it is having high microbial resistance capabilities. So that's why it can retain such high aging.
Sir,
So that
can you
is
tell
there.
me? Can you tell something about crease recovery properties of these banana fiber fabrics?
Well, actually, crease recovery is a property which is typically governed by your elongation, I would say, number one. Number two, that is more of a, what should I say? It is more of a chemical capability. Normally, basic base fiber is not having that capability. Only if we are doing, you can say, ammonia treatment of the fiber. In that case, only the crease recovery naturally can be improved of the fiber. Otherwise, normally it is chemically done.
Yes.
So individual fibers are not having that crease recovery properties, and so is with banana fiber. It is bast fiber, so in bast fibers, crease recovery properties will not be that high.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir. Shruti, may I?
Yes, ma'am.
In continuation with your paper and its shelf life, can we say that banana paper would have some anti-termite properties for having that long shelf life? It has
Uh,
high termite resistance or a termite repellent properties?
Termite repellent property, ma'am, I will not be able to comment on this because it is having antimicrobial capabilities, but termite, I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure.
Okay, sir. Yes, Shruti.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Shruti.
Sir, what are the application of banana fibers?
That's what I have explained. It is in woven fabric, in non-woven fabric, in composites, in paper making, in acoustic boards making. There are n number of things which can be made out of this because of its strength.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, is banana fiber is heat resistant?
No, not exactly. It is a cellulosic fiber, so it is not heat resistant.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, I have one more question. Actually,
Yeah.
as banana fibers have good strength, so are they used in packaging industries?
They can be used in packaging industries, but packaging industry is having much, I mean, more cost-effective solutions available with them. So only the companies which are working on very high carbon footprint reduction, they can only use this, because this will be a costlier fiber. But yes, the sculpture which is coming out of this banana pseudo stem, it can be used for this particular application, and we are working on that actually, because that will be a lower cost product.
Okay.
In fact, I have seen cardboards made out of banana. That same material is used. A long time back at Vardha Small Scale Industries,
Yeah.
there is one. There they used this and made cardboards. But then the packaging industry can easily use the cardboard product of this fiber.
No, that's correct, ma'am. What actually I am trying to say is, right now, if you see, there are many products available. Like if you see, then this your what do you call it? There are shreddings of these what you can say, um, wheat, rice, husk, and many things are available which can be used for this particular purpose of making, whether we talk about cardboard or packaging material. So that is more cost effective. So we have to still work on to that how we can use the sculpture which is coming out of this, that can be used for this purpose, because fiber will be a costlier affair if we talk about.
Yeah.
Sir, which type of spinning system is mostly used for banana fibers?
Which type of?
Spinning system. Spinning system.
Uh,
So,
it is basically standard spinning system modified spinning. I would say standard spinning system for jute making, that is being used till now for 100% banana fiber. But if it has been mixed with I mean other fibers, then it can be used on normal spinning machine, cotton spinning machines. Stippling, if its stippling is done.
okay.
Do we have any other questions for sir?
Sir, I have not many questions. Can I ask one more?
Sure. Anytime, yeah.
Do we have any industry near Nagpur or in Maharashtra who are making the fabrics out of banana fibers? Can you please tell me some names of industries?
Well, right now, in confidentiality statement, I will not be able to say this. But
Okay.
yes, we are working with many giants, and they are ready to work on this, and there are trials taken on this fiber, and it has gone very good. So in time to come, you will be seeing this fiber as a sustainable fiber in the market very soon.
But how is it cost effective
Well,
as compared to pure silk? The silk.
yeah, see, it has to be see, its sustainable quotient is to be checked. Actually, it will not be a cheaper fiber, but it is. If you see, this fiber is made from zero water. When we produce cotton, when we produce other components, it is ultimately using water in its production. I mean, from land. So we are using water there, and then the water is being used for cleaning of that as well. But in case of this, this is coming from the waste where no water is being used for cultivation. So that will be the sustainability quotient of this fiber, which is going to give it age. It will not be a cheaper fiber for sure, but it will be very much comparable with the linen or similar type of, in fact, better than linen and other similar high absorbent fibers.
No, I have interest in, can it substitute pure silk?
No,
So
actually, it will not be
that variety
exactly
of,
able to substitute pure silk
because
because of
that could be a
see,
blessing. That could be a blessing for the farmers.
ma'am. The thing is, the when we talk about silk, the main quality of silk is its fineness, which is a problem with this particular fiber. This is being a bast fiber. When we talk about bast fiber, it is coming from the stem of any crop, like any stem of the crop. So these fibers are bit thicker as compared to cotton as well as your silk. So that's why this will not be one-to-one replacement for this silk. But if we are using this particular fiber in shirting or in similar application where silk is being used, this will replace silk.
Why I'm asking this question is because the pure silk is a difficult proposition. Rearing of silkworms and all that, it's a big process. This would be
Yeah.
an easier process. And as you said, production of banana, this pseudo stem would be much higher than getting silkworms. That's why I was interested. Anyway, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, but it will not be. I'm sorry, but it will not be actually.
So, may I ask something?
Yeah,
Cotton
sure.
has a long history, right? Cotton has
Pardon?
always been there. Cotton has had a long history, right?
Right.
Banana is an indigenous fruit. Why it has come in so late into fabrics?
Yeah, actually, issue is this that removal of fiber from stem, it is very highly manpower oriented thing. So whenever cost benefit analysis is being done, so in that removal and particularly the fiber quantum in per stem is very low, if you see, and other components which is coming out of it are very high. So disposal of those components was the biggest problem, like sap and sculpture. So as it is not making any commercial sense, people has not gone for this. But we are working more on sustainability and zero waste concept. So we in Gencrest we are trying to work on this so that all the components can be used, and that is what is giving edge to us, and that is where this fiber can be popularized and it can be developed in this Indian subcontinent.
Thank you, sir. Hope it takes a long leap, huge leap.
Pardon?
Thank you, sir. I said, let's hope that it takes a huge leap. Let's hope it takes a huge leap.
I
Badi
could.
lambi.
Can you speak loudly, please?
Sir, I said, let's hope that it takes a huge leap.
It will take. It will take. Don't worry, ma'am. It will take. We are having big plans.
As long as you have zero waste concept well developed, you won't have any problems. There are the two main things, sustainability and zero waste. From
Yeah.
environmental point of view, from environmental impact clearance, won't have much problem.
Yeah, actually, that is, see, that's why I have mentioned about our chairman, Mr. Purushottam Agrawal. He is a philanthropist, and his total life is towards this thing only, and he is always tries to make the things which are literally zero waste. He is towards that, so that's why sustainability is the in our mission, and this year's pledge is sustainability only, zero waste.
Thank you.
So there's one more question from Aditya Gajbiye. He says, what methods or care we should take to clean clothes made from banana fibers?
There is no special care required in that case. It is just like your cotton fabric. No special care is required.
Sir, what about fastness properties of these fabrics? Color fastness properties?
It is good. I mean, it is comparable to cotton, exactly like cotton.
सर कुछ दिनों पहले अहिंसा सिल्क बहुत फेमस हुआ था, अभी भी है. तो बनाना फाइबर्स आर एनिमल फ्री, दे आर सस्टेनेबल, इको फ्रेंडली. तो कैन इट नॉट बी लाइक दैट कि बनाना फाइबर्स आर गुड देन सिल्क, so it can replace silk or it can be used in silk sarees, though
No, I
it
mean,
is costly.
that's what I was just trying to say that thing only when Anuradha ma'am has asked this question. The silk, when we talk about, it's very fine fiber, right? So here this fiber is bit coarser fiber if we compare it with silk. So that's where the glitch comes. We cannot go that fine in this fiber, because if we go finer in this fiber, then we have to treat this chemically, and we are not at all interested in treating it chemically. So that's where the issue is. And as you go towards chemical cleaning, then your other properties are also being what should I say, will be reduced, or will be
Got affected.
will not be to that extent as it is right now. It will be deteriorated. So that's why it's not good that we should chemically treat it. So fine, I mean, up to 30s, 40s count we can go, but if we talk about finer count, because if you see silk sarees and other things, these are much finer sarees, like up to 80s, 100s counts. So at that level, it is really difficult to go with banana fiber.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But yeah, we'll try. It's a good suggestion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for enriching us with the sustainable utilization of banana tree as a potential source of sustainable textile. Thank you for telling us about its viability. And it is sure going to be a revolution in fabric industry. You also told us about sap as fertilizer and its edible candy, jam, and wine, and many other applications and uses of the whole Kalpvraksh. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on these particular lecture. Now I invite, thank you, sir, for that. Now I invite Dr. Anuradha Gadkari, our founder member of Indian Women Scientists Association Nagpur branch, to say a few words on this BRNS lecture series. I'll summarize it.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nema. It was a very interesting and, in fact, interesting and teaching us a lot of things. We had just heard of. I've been wearing that banana silk for quite some time, but I didn't know all this. Thank you for enlightening us and telling us. And we look forward to the best of your industrial output. And what I said, I come from environmental group sort of. I come from Niri, so my concept is more like sustainability and zero waste. Because I have seen how the effluent treatment and all that, it increases the cost. That's why I asked you a question on the cost effectiveness, and it looks that we can really look forward to very good banana cloth, banana silk, and all the products of banana in the near future. Thank you very much. Please convey our best wishes to your Dr. Agarwal. And we are happy that we have such people with us who have a far sight and who think for the farmers. Thank you very much. And it was very good. And we hope that you also had a good response from our audience. We had good students, and we have in Somalwar and many other places, we have this textile training for the students. So it was very, very interesting and very useful lecture. Very nice. Thank you very much for
Thank you
being
so
with
very much, ma'am. And thank you everybody for listening me patiently. For anything, you can contact me. Dr. Prachi Lakhe is having my number, so anytime you can contact me. Any related. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gadkari Madam. Now I officially invite Mrs. Prachi Lakhe, Secretary, Indian Women Scientist Association, Nagpur branch, for an official vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Ganu. On the behalf of USA Nagpur branch, I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Mragank Nema, Project Head, Gencrest Bioproducts Private Limited, for their valuable and sustainable inputs in creating the best out of waste. Thank you, sir. I
Thank you so very much.
extend my gratitude to USA headquarters executive members. My sincere thanks to convener Dr. Seema Somalwar, co-convener Dr. Rita Istani, and our treasurer Dr. Pradnya Bhalerao for their guidance to make this lecture insightful. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. Anuradha Gadkari, a founder member and ex-convener, USA Nagpur branch. Thank you, ma'am. My heartfelt thanks to all the USA members of Nagpur branch and Mumbai headquarters for gracing this session. Last but not the least, the students who attended this session. And thank you so much, everybody, and have a lovely evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
thank you very much, Prachi.